All right, here we go. All right, welcome to round number 9 of the Monster Truck Nation MTM2 Championship Series. I'm your host Tom Todd 774, along with Legend of Wee 92.
Hello.
We're in for our hopefully our other co-host Trayman 3985 will join us a little bit later, but let's get right into it. Last time out on Monster Truck Nation, it was Dodge domination. Mike Dropic and Barefoot won both competitions, Cody.
Yeah, it sure was something when that happened.
Mike Dropic did not have a good showing in night number 1. He comes back in night number 2 and blows everybody's doors away. Absolutely dominating last night. The other big teams do not want that to happen again. However, when we do go through our previous 8 events of the year, Barefoot as we mentioned before, won both events last night. It'll be tough to beat coming into night number 3 here at Cottage Grove. Night number 1, the night number 1 saw 2 new winners, Kirk Frankish in the Wild Thing and Richard Patterson in the Rampage. Rampage won the side-by-side drag portion of night number 1. Can he come back and win either event for night number 3? And of course, Bigfoot won twice this year. Once at Indianapolis, racing at Indianapolis, and once again at night number 2 at Sedalia, Missouri earlier this season. But those 2 times that Bigfoot won, those were different drivers. We have a different driver in the Bigfoot truck tonight, that being Eric Tack. USA 1 at the beginning of the year is here today. USA 1 is here tonight, but there's a new driver behind the wheel of said truck. We'll get to that story in just a bit. Anyways, USA won earlier this year at Vancouver, BC, up north of the border. The team's got a new driver in it. She's in it, a battle-tested veteran. She's ready to take on these big boys here tonight. Where's Little Tiger, you may ask? Little Tiger's not here tonight. Little Tiger Brian Bartle, our winner at Columbus, Ohio, he's not here tonight. Not here tonight, which leaves us to our other previous winner for this season. If I can bring him up right here, JD, the Gravedigger, Pablo Huffaker, driving the Gravedigger this weekend at Cottage Grove, and we're looking forward to seeing him in future shows this year. Gravedigger won at Sedalia night number 1 earlier this season, but that was with Dennis Anderson behind the wheel, Cody.
Yeah. He's definitely my favorite driver, too.
Anyways, hear how the brackets are set up for this obstacle course competition. We have USA 1, new driver behind the wheel in this edition of Monster Truck Nation, going up against Pam Vale in the Boogie Van. Then it'll be Mark Hall, the Executioner, out of Champaign, Illinois. fun if I can move it right here. Here we talked about it before. USA 1, new driver behind the wheel. We'll get to that story in just a bit. Her opponent, it's still a female driver behind the wheel of USA 1. Her opponent will be another tough lady on the tour, Pam Vale in the Boogie Van.
Ooh, now that's an interesting matchup right there.
Yeah, that it most certainly will be.
I want to see that one.
Yep, that it most certainly will be. Mark Hall, the executioner out of Champaign, Illinois. He's got that big bag Dodge ready to go. Put on a strong showing in the obstacle course portion last night here at Cottage Grove. On night number 2, this is the last of 3 nights of competition here at Cottage Grove Speedway. And Speedway, Mark Hall wants to put an exclamation point on everybody tonight. Mark Hall's opponent will be the Linux Obsession, Rick Swanson, out of Manatee, California. Expect him to be a force to be reckoned with here today.
Another good one.
Yep. And we talked about him earlier just a moment ago. Pablo Huffbaker in the Gravedigger 1950 Chevy panel truck. He'll be tough to beat as he'll go up against the Canadian Kurt Frankish in the Wild Thing.
That'll be a tough one for them to go through.
Yes. If Frankish can keep his tires on the ground.
Right.
Sky Hartley, he's been a threat to win all weekend here at Cottage Grove, but he still can't. But he so far hasn't closed the deal totally. We're keep an eye on him tonight. Keep an eye on him tonight. Is this the day that he finally gets it? His opponent will be Julie Christensen in the misbehaving Ford Ranger.
Another cool matchup.
Yep, that it is. Now we go to the other side of the ladder. Eric Tack out of the Bob Chandler shop out of Pacific, Missouri, and the Bigfoot Ford. He'll be taking on a strong West Coast driver here, Pat Gerber in the Shocker.
Ooh. And they're both blue.
Yep. Richard Patterson out of Madisonville, Kentucky in the Rampage. The Big Dodge won side-by-side drag racing action here 2 nights ago. Can he come back strong here tonight? We're about to see. We're going to wait and see. His opponent will be a relative newcomer, but no slouch by any stretch. The Hall Brothers satellite truck of the Nitro Fish Chevrolet, Steve Macklin out of Salt Lake City, Utah, behind the wheel.
Nice.
Keep an eye on Macklin. He could be a threat to win tonight. Another Utah boy in this whale of a fight right here. Right here is Craig Christensen, Christensen and the Dragon Slayer, the Hummer H1, the Donovan-powered Hummer H1, really got something up his sleeve here today. He's out for blood. Keep an eye on the Dragon Slayer. His opponent, Dragon Slayer's opponent, you may ask? Well, that's Brian Townsend out of Hammond, Indiana, driving Paul Schaefer's Monster Patrol Chevrolet. Townsend himself out of Hammond, Indiana. The team based out of Portage, Indiana, so not too far from home, not too far of a drive from there. Don't count out the Monster Patrol. And in the last race of round one, we have Mike Dropic in the Barefoot Dodge, who absolutely dominated last night. Just beat everybody. like y'all should, like, if y'all didn't see last night's event, go back in the M.T.N series playlist and watch it. Mike Dropic absolutely obliterated everybody last night. Barefoot had the field covered. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mike Dropic's opponent will be Mr. Consistency himself, the old Carolina Crusher Chevrolet of Gary Porter.
Very cool.
And those are your first round matchups. We're going to get ready to go right here. It'll be USA 1. New driver behind the wheel of this truck. It is Kayla Strong. Pleasant Cook left the USA 1 team after the events at Sedalia. So Kayla Strong wanted to come in and see what she's made of. The USA 1 team led by Everett Jasper signed her on, and she's going to be the driver for the rest of the season. But Kayla Strong's got a tough opponent, though.
Yep.
That being Pam Vale in the Boogie Van. And the Boogie Van ain't no slouch either. She made it to the quarterfinals in the obstacle course portion last night. And she's looking to move up 2 more rounds here tonight. But both trucks are performing exceptionally well.
And only one can win the round.
Yep, and it's gonna be a crapshoot here at Cottage Grove tonight. Cloudy skies for this late afternoon at Cottage Grove. However, the conditions will change, however, as the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Anyways, first race of the first round. Trucks are staged. All we got to do now is run them and turn them loose.
Yep. Let's hope it don't rain anytime soon. Trucks have been unleashed.
All right, here we go.
Strong start from both.
Oh, Kayla Strong made a mistake right there.
Mistake number 1.
First mistake of the evening. And it's going. And Pam Vale kept it nice and low to the cars, and she's going to be the winner right here. Oh, geez, what happened to Kayla Strong?
You gotta see that.
We're gonna have to check back the replay and look at that. Wow. Right here, she makes the mistake of getting out of shape over the dirt mound right here. And then she totally botches the corner. But she goes on, tries to correct. Over the... And in front, and holy cow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. She's all over the place. Oh, jeez. How did she not go over? I have no idea. What a great job of driving by Kayla Strong. She kept that truck together. Woo.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's going to have to... Anyways, the USA 1 team is going to have to regroup for side-by-side drag competition later this evening. Boogie Van moves on into the quarterfinals. Next up, our next matchup will feature Mark Hall and the Executioner out of Champaign, Illinois. Mark Hall says he's out for blood here tonight. He's going to be tonight after the humiliating loss last night from Mike Dropic. Keep an eye on him. He was the runner-up from the obstacle course portion the other night, so he was the runner-up from the obstacle course competition the other night, so expect Mark Hall to try to move up one more spot here, and his opponent will be Rick Swanson in the Line-X Obsession.
That's going to be quite the matchup. We'll just see which one will make it out on top.
That we will. We will. Good Ford versus Dodge matchup right here. Two boys from the western part of the country. Mark Hall out of Champaign, Illinois. Rick Swanson out of Manistee, California. So these two trucks have battled it out before in some independent shows, but not at this level. So these guys are really stepping up. Anyways, here we go.
All right. The trucks have been unleashed.
Hall right off the bat.
Uh-oh. Problem again.
Oh, man, Hall is going to absolutely blow Rick Swanson's doors off. That was... That wasn't... Yeah, like I said, 3 seconds ahead. That wasn't even close.
Yep.
Hall had that race from the very beginning.
Or did.
Mark Hall, Executioner, moves on. All right, here we go. Here's the next set of trucks. Pablo Huffaker, the driver out of Texas, the team based in North Carolina, driver of the Gravedigger here today. And Huffaker wants to try to get where he wants to be, which is in the winner circle. His opponent will be the Canadian Kirk Frankish in the Wild Thing.
That's going to be quite the matchup. I know that things are starting to heat up.
Yeah, that will be. Front engine truck versus rear engine truck. Leaf sprung truck versus hydraulic shocks. And I think there is Wild Thing, the only leaf-sprung truck in the field tonight. And I think this race is going to show there is a difference in the design of the trucks. Trucks, Cody.
Yeah, and only one can win.
Only one can move on, and we're going to find out who it's going to be right here. All right, here we go. Wild Thing and Gravedigger. Gravedigger in the lane he wants to be.
No bounces so far.
No bounce. Bounce goes to the Wild Thing. Pablo Huffbaker with a whopping lead. Holy cow! Almost 5 seconds ahead. 5 seconds ahead of the Gravedigger. Almost 5 seconds ahead. Wow, that race was over before it never really had a chance to get started.
Yeah.
Gravedigger buries Wild Thing. Wild Thing, one and done in the obstacle course on this night.
Nope.
And Huffbaker likes the. I talked to Huffbaker earlier. He said he likes the lane with the blue poles because in the obstacle course portion you start on the inside of the track and you go and you cross you go from the inside of the track to the outside of the track, and that is the lane that he wants to be in.
Yeah.
But he's going to. All right, here we go. Their next matchup will feature Sky Hartley, the steak bite truck. We've seen him be a threat to be there, but he has so far yet to be able to close the deal totally. Is this the night that he finally gets it? We'll have to wait and see.
Only time will tell.
As he once again, for the life of him, he cannot get a break from this lady, Julie Christensen in the Misbehaving. These two have faced each other off before several times throughout this weekend here at Cottage Grove. And this is like the fourth or fifth time it's happened just this weekend. So here we go. Snakebite and Misbehaving. Trucks are staged. All we have to do now is turn them loose.
Right. The monsters has been unleashed.
Yeah, they have. Oh, Julie Christie makes the mistake that Hartley takes advantage of it. And Snakebite's going to get the win.
He gets that
Misbehaving. Oh, into the wall. Oh, jeez.
That looked tough. Like a tough.
That looked like a tough hit. Julie Christensen, okay, she's out of the truck, but oh man. The rim is the rim on the left front tire is beat in on that truck. I'm not sure they're going to have to find a spare tire tire if they got one, and there's all sorts of damage. The shock tower's off and everything. All sorts of damage to the misbehaving. I'm not sure she's going to get ready for side-by-side drags later this evening.
Yeah. It's questionable how she'll be able to make it.
Yeah, that's in question. We know Julie Christensen's okay. She'll be back another day. But her weekend comes to a terrible end. We think anyway, on this particular night at Cottage Grove. Snakebite moves on, and the victory wasn't in doubt either. Snakebite has a horsepower advantage. All right, now we're going to go to the other side of the ladder. Eric Tack out of Pacific, Missouri, and Bob Chandler, driving for Bob Chandler's Bigfoot stable. He'll be going up against out of Bakersfield, California, Pat Gerber and the Shocker Chevrolet. This is going to be a pretty good race. What are your thoughts going into this?
Well, it's going to be really something between those two. I can already feel the intensity just rising right now between these two people.
Pat Gerber has never beaten Bigfoot before.
Can he do it? These two trucks are ready.
Yeah. It's going to be... Bigfoot has performed awfully strong here at Cottage Grove. He's been into the final round twice. But those final appearances came in the side-by-side drag competition. We'll have to see if Eric Tack can master the obstacle course here today. Anyways, here we go. Well, Gerber knows he's... Oh, Gerber makes the mistake.
That ain't good.
Eric Tack takes advantage of it. Oh, Tack cut a brilliant turn.
Smooth as silk.
But, oh, man.
Oh, he's out of control for a moment, but saved it.
He saves the truck. Wow. He didn't hit the car square, but the officials are going to deem it a clean run. But wow, he almost got himself in trouble right there.
Yeah.
We have changed some of the rules in Monster Truck Nation competition since Columbus, Ohio. And so Bigfoot is going to be declared the winner on that one because he did cross the line first. But holy cow, that was a scary moment for Eric Tack.
Yeah, I can imagine it was. It was so close to crashing.
Tom Todd 774's heart jumped up on that. I thought the kid was going on his lid.
I was on the edge of my seat when that was happening.
Yeah. Anyways, Bigfoot moves on. Next up will be Rampage, the big Dodge, the big black Dodge, I should say. Out of Madisonville, Kentucky. He was the winner in the side-by-side drag competition a couple of nights ago. But he's got a tough opponent, though. His opponent will be Steve Macklin out of Salt Lake City in the Nitro Fish Chevrolet.
Ooh. Well, that'll be an interesting matchup right there.
That it will be, and we'll be back in just one moment.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. We apologize for the interruption. Anyways, we have Rampage. Richard Patterson out of Madisonville, Kentucky in the big black Dodge. His opponent will be out of Utah, out of Salt Lake City, the Nitro Fish of Steve Macklin. Macklin relatively new to Monster Trucks. And he wants to show that he has the muscle to get past everybody here today. And Steve Macklin, the Nitro Fish, we actually seen on Monster Truck Nation before. We saw him earlier this season at Columbus, Ohio. And he's no slouch either.
Yep.
Anyways, here we go. Chevrolet versus Dodge in the obstacle course portion at Cottage Grove. The sun beginning to set here at the Speedway.
Well, feel like things are about to get a little interesting here.
Yeah, they are. Oh, there goes the Rampage truck. Oh my goodness! They almost get together on the other end.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I think Richard Patterson beat the Steve Macklin.
And the Nitro Fish was almost in trouble.
Yeah, he was. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to wait and see what the official word is on this. Holy cow, that was one of the most intense races I've ever seen.
Indeed.
They're going to give... All right, we have the official word in. They're going to give the win to the Rampage.
Wow.
That was intense.
Very.
Never seen that before. Anyways, 2 more races to go. Dragon Slayer, Craig Christensen. Out of Willard, Utah. Big alcohol blown Donovan in the back of that truck. His opponent will be Brian Townsend in the Monster Patrol.
Wow, that's going to be an interesting matchup right there.
That it most certainly will be. Will be Townsend out of Indiana. Christensen out of Utah. The trucks have battled each other before, just not with Townsend at the wheel of Monster Patrol, but this race should be a pretty good. This race should be a good one. Here we go.
That'd be great. All right, the monsters have been unleashed.
Yeah, they have.
And I sense trouble coming. Trouble's a brewing, probably.
Oh, Christensen got through the corner first. We don't even know where Monster Patrol is. There he
There he
is.
is.
Way behind. Wow. Craig Christensen absolutely blew Monster Patrol's doors off in this one.
Yep, he sure did.
Good run though by Christensen. He's gonna be a happy camper going to the next round. All right, final race of round one. On the obstacle course portion of this monster truck competition here at Cottage Grove. Mike Tropic the driver out of Alaska, the team out of Illinois, and the Barefoot Dodge. He absolutely killed it last night. And what I mean by that is he crushed the field last night.
Indeed.
With the Hemi horsepower of that big of that big engine, he thinks he has this field covered. Let's see if he can. Let's see as he goes up against Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher, who he cannot seem to get a break from in these obstacle courses.
Yep.
As mentioned before, Mike Tropic thinks he's got this field covered.
Only one can win.
That's coming after his dominating performance last night.
Yep. Oh, he knocked a pole over.
Yeah, but it's not going to affect him. Oh, he had to back out of it for a second, but it doesn't matter. He's going to take the win against Porter. Porter all over the place. Almost hit the wall, but doesn't. He got lucky.
Yeah.
But, oh, good goodness. This is not Gary Porter's type of course.
Yep.
This is not Gary Porter's type of course. Meanwhile, Mike Tropic's going to the next round. He absolutely loves this track. 17.45 for Barefoot. He's going to go to the next round. Anyways, that wraps up round number one. And here how the bracket looks on your screen, Cody. What brings us to the quarterfinal round?
Well, if I can see it up close. All right, I can see it better. Looks like in one of the rounds is Boogie Van against Executioner. That'll be quite a matchup between those two. And we have Gravedigger versus Snakebite. A classic matchup right there. And, of course, we see Bigfoot up against Rampage at some point. And lastly, we have Dragon Slayer against Barefoot.
Oh, yes.
Things are heating up quick.
Yeah. And Barefoot will be a threat in this competition. Mike Tropic proving that his dominating performance here last night was not a fluke.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's your opponents. We have Pam Vale and the Boogie Van out of Hagerstown, Maryland, the Big Ford Aerostar van. But she's got a tough opponent, that being Mark Hall and the Executioner, who is out for blood tonight.
It'll be quite the match, I'm sure, and I can't wait to see it unfold. Only one can win it.
Yep. Here we go. Boogie Van and the Executioner. Night is falling. All we have to do now is turn them loose.
And the monsters have been unleashed.
Hall with such precision. No matter what lane he's in, he always gets that turn nailed almost perfectly. Hall was a good 4, maybe 5 seconds ahead of Pam Vale and the Boogie Van. Hall is going to go to the next round here.
Oh, yeah. Well, better luck next time, Boogie Van. It was a great run.
Yeah, it was a great run for her, but Executioner moves on into the semifinals. Like I said, watch out for the barefoot dodge. He thinks he has this field covered.
It probably does, but we'll see how it goes.
Next up, the Snakebite Sky Hartley, driving for the Bigfoot organization's second team truck. Going up against the Gravedigger, driven by Pablo Huffaker.
It's a classic matchup. The one that we've seen plenty of times before.
Yeah, these two names have battled each other before. Once in the Houston Astrodome in 1996 and once at Naples, Florida in 1992.
You sure have.
Like I said, watch out for Barefoot, who we'll see later in this round. He thinks he thinks he's got this field covered.
The one way to find out at the end.
Yep. Snakebite in this race is exactly where he wants to be. Almost missed the dirt mound, but that's not going to matter quite as much. He's going to take the win here. Snakebite moves on into the semifinals.
Well, better luck next time, Gravedigger. Snakebite gets to advance now.
Yep, Pablo Huffaker. Good run for him. We'll see him in the side-by-side drag competition later this evening. Next up is a great. Next up is another. Is a great Ford versus Dodge matchup right here. Eric Tack in the legendary Bigfoot up against Richard Patterson and Rampage here. Rampage beating Nitrofish last round. So this should be an evenly matched race. Both trucks about the same as far as horsepower is concerned. Both of them with nitrogen gas charged guard suspensions. But here's the real kicker. Rampage is more or less set up for drag racing, for straight line racing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There may be some kind of disadvantage.
Yeah, especially with the way the shocks are set up. With the shocks are set up on Bigfoot. Anyways, he's gonna pull up to the line anyway. Anyways, Richard Patterson gonna pull up to the line anyway. As night is falling and temperatures are beginning to drop here at the Cottage Grove Speedway.
The monsters have been unleashed.
Yeah, that they have.
Some trouble there. And Bigfoot takes it unopposed.
Yep, that's gonna cost Rampage the race. Bigfoot with one of the slower times, but Bigfoot wins.
We did saw some damage on Rampage. We might want to see a replay of that.
We're gonna have to check that out.
Because the top of the cab seems to be damaged. So whatever happened off screen happened the way it did, that we just didn't see.
No, he just pulled it off the track and stopped.
Oh, then where did that damage come from?
That may not be damage. That may be just the way the cab is set up. There's a small metallic chrome lining around the window.
I guess my eyes was just playing tricks on me, Tom. It's dark out there.
Yeah, it is getting dark here at Cottage Grove.
Well, that happens, I guess. To the best of
Rampage will be back in the side-by-side drags competition. Expect him to be, and you can expect Richard Patterson to be competitive in that.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, Eric Tack, moves on. All right, the last race of the quarterfinal round right here. Mike Dropic and Barefoot, last night's winner of both competitions. Mike Dropic thinks he's got this field covered. We'll have to wait and see if he can back it up. His opponent will be Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer.
That'll be an interesting matchup between those two.
These two have battled each other before many times on non-televised events in the Monster Jam series.
Wow.
Yes. So they battled before.
Let's see how they do here tonight during this race.
Oh yeah. Night has officially fallen here at Cottage Grove Speedway. And it's going to be a doozy. And this race should be a doozy here in the obstacle course portion. Oh, Mike dropping in the lane that everyone wants to be in. He thinks he's got this field covered.
He probably does. Let's just see how he does. He's turning pretty well.
Oh, he cut a brilliant turn right there.
Real good turns. The cars
not a pretty launch over the cars, but it was legal. And my goodness,
he stopped himself. That was good.
Oh my goodness. Dragon Slayer did hit the wall. Oh my goodness. Both the Christensen trucks in the wall, and Dragon Slayer has a lot of damage. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I guess I looked away a little too soon.
Craig Christensen's okay. He's out of the truck, but Dragon Slayer looks like he's done for the night. Oh, geez.
Ouch. Well, that's a tough break.
That's 2 trucks out of the Craig Christensen stable on the trailer. And look at this. He didn't even get a time in. Oh, geez.
Yeah. To lose and to damage your truck all at once, that's just a real rough blow right there.
Yeah, rough blow. Big blow to the team effort of the Christensens here tonight. All right, you were down to it. Here are your semifinalists.
Oh wow.
2 Fords and 2 Dodges.
Oh yeah. Things are really heating up now.
Yeah, that they are. Anyways, Mark Hall, the executioner, out for blood. We have been told by Mark Hall himself. His opponent is one of the Bigfoot team's trucks, and these two, and let me tell you something, these 2 teams have waged quite a war, quite a rivalry, and I don't think Sky Hartley wants to back down to anybody here.
Yeah. And they won't budge. Until someone wins.
Yep. We're gonna have to wait and see how these 2 trucks all right, these 2 trucks are staged. All we got to do is run them and find out who the winner is going to be here. Here we go.
All right. monsters have been unleashed.
That they have.
There's some problem right
Mark
there with
Hall with the
Executioner.
lead. Oh, jeez. Snakebite might win it, but I think Executioner's going to be right on his heels. Wow. And Mark Hall just pulls it off the course. Wow. Snakebite, for the first time this season, is going to go to the Monster Smash Final. Could tonight be Sky Hartley's night?
And we are about to find out.
Oh, that we are.
Things are slowly unfolding.
And that they are. Snakebite's going to go on to the final. And who will his opponent be? Will it be Mike Dropic and Barefoot, who thinks he has this field covered? Or will it be Eric Tack and Bigfoot?
Oh yeah, the classic rivalry, the classic matchup. We'll just see which one is going to win that round.
Oh, yes.
Only one can advance.
Bigfoot versus Barefoot. Semi-final round here. At Cottage Grove. Green light, they're off. Oh, Eric Tack cut another beautiful turn.
Looks like he'll take that unopposed.
Coming to the finish line, it'll be Bigfoot taking the win. And he'll move on to the finals.
Yeah, you can always edit out if it's part of it, you know.
Yeah, when she came in, I paused.
Okay.
Anyways, here we are. We're down to it. The Monster Smash final of the obstacle course. Bigfoot and Snakebite, teammates. What do you think?
Oh wow, another classic matchup and another classic rivalry right there. Those two again. Well, only one can make it on top. Who's going to win it, Snakebite or Bigfoot?
Oh, man. Either way, it's going to be a team victory for Bob Chandler. The question is, which Chandler truck is it going to be?
Yeah.
Is this the night that Sky Hartley finally gets it? Or will it be Eric Tack's night in Bigfoot? We're going to find out. Bigfoot and Snakebite in the Monster Smash final in the obstacle course portion here at Cottage Grove.
They have pre-staged.
Light turns green. Hartley right where he wants to be.
Oh, the pole has been locked down, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter all that much. Across the cars, it's going to be Sky Hartley in the Snakebite machine taking the win.
Woo!
Bob Chandler's got to be one happy man, but especially but especially happy man has to be Sky Hartley. He drove the wheels off a snakebite here tonight.
Really a spectacular race.
Yep, he's your winner here tonight. Here's your winner in the obstacle course portion here tonight. Sky Hartley, the snakebite machine. All right, that concludes. But don't go away, viewers. We're not done. Side-by-side drag racing action coming up next. Don't go away. Zooming now.
Okay.
Welcome back to Monster Truck Nation. I'm your host, Tom Todd, Logan, Legend of Wee 92, excuse me, Legend of Wee 92, alongside. Sometimes my cousin does join me for some of these. My cousin did join me for one of these events once.
Okay.
Anyways, here's the side-by-side drag. The side-by-side drag bracket here. It'll be Barefoot, Mike Dropic up against Kirk Frankish and Wild Thing. Sky Hartley, and Snakebite, our winner from the obstacle course competition tonight. Tonight up against Pam Vale in the Boogie Van. USA 1, Kayla Strong up against Brian Townsend in the Monster Patrol, and Pablo Huffbaker and the Grave Digger up against Pat Gerber and Shocker. Then it'll be Gary Porter and the Carolina Crusher up against Steve Macklin in the Nitro Fish, Eric Tack and Bigfoot, going up against Misbehaving. Then it'll be Richard Patterson and Rampage going up against Rick Swanson in the Linex Obsession. Then it'll be Mark Hall and Executioner, who's supposed to go up against Dragon Slayer, but Executioner we know is probably going to get a bye run here because the word we're getting is Dragon Slayer is done for the night.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that it most certainly is.
Like I said, losing and also breaking your truck is a big blow to anybody.
Yeah, big blow to anybody. Anyways, Mike Dropic, our winner from both competitions last night in the Barefoot Dodge, he still thinks he has this field covered due to how far he gotten in the obstacle course portion earlier tonight. His opponent will be Kirk Frankish and Wild Thing. Barefoot runs awfully strong, even on these side-by-side drag strip type courses. So we'll have to wait and see what he does here.
Only one can advance.
Yep, that they most certainly can. Anyways, here we go. The side-by-side drag competition getting ready to go here.
All right, the monsters have been unleashed.
That they have.
Strong
Barefoot
start.
hooks up.
Oh, wow.
Barefoot all the way on that one.
It was tight.
That it was, but Barefoot with the edge. Man, Mike Dropic just runs so strong on this track.
Yeah.
Next up will be Sky Hartley and Snakebite. Our winner from the obstacle course competition. His opponent will be Pam Vale in the Boogie Van. Cody, your thoughts going into this square off?
Well, it just depends on who will win it. Could it be Snakebite or Boogie Van? We'll just find out as the time progresses.
Yep. Pam Vale and the Boogie Van, she's raced against the Bigfoot team before and beat them on two separate occasions in the Pin to Point series.
Cool. Yeah, I think I remember those times.
Yep.
Well, my money's on Snakebite right now, for some reason.
Yep. All right, here we go. The light's been green and they're off. Hartley hooks up. Good launch from the Snakebite truck.
Real good run from both of them.
Good run for both, but Sky Hartley gets the victory on that one. Snakebite advances. Next up will be Kayla Strong. In the USA 1, Kayla Strong, the new driver for USA 1. She'll be driving the truck for the rest of this Monster Truck Nation season. And her opponent will be Brian Townsend in the Monster Patrol.
Ooh, now that's a matchup I want to see.
Yes, two Chevrolets right here. Two really strong running Chevrolets, may I add. And we're about to find out what kind of run USA. And we're about to find out exactly what Kayla Strong has under the hood of this USA 1 machine. 1,500 horsepower big block Chevrolet.
The monsters have been unleashed.
She hooks up, gets a good launch off the cars, and she easily dispatches the Monster Patrol.
That was a cool race right there.
Good run for Kayla Strong. This straight line drag type racing is right in her wheelhouse, and she's definitely going to be a threat to win here tonight.
Indeed.
USA 1 moves on in the quarterfinals. Next up will be Shocker, driven by Pat Gerber out of Bakersfield, California. And he'll be taking on one of the big dogs here. Always a threat to win night in and night out, Pablo Huffbaker and the Grave Digger.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Gerber knows he can't lift because Huffbaker sure isn't. All right, here we go. Shocker and Gravedigger.
And they have been unleashed now.
Faker hooks up. Nice launch over the cars, and he's going to take the win right here.
Very good.
Gravedigger just got hooked up. All right, now we move to the other side of the ladder. It'll be Gary Porter out of Wadesboro, North Carolina, in the Carolina Crusher. There's a look at Crusher. His opponent will be the Satellite Hall Brothers truck, the Nitro Fish of Steve Macklin out of Salt Lake City.
That's going to be quite the matchup right there.
Macklin has actually raced against Porter before. He raced him on the Pro MT circuit in the inaugural in that series inaugural season in 2000.
Ow.
Here we go. Carolina Crusher up against the Nitro Fish. Off they go. Porter hooks up. He's going to take the win in that one. .40 for Gary Porter. That was a strong, straight of an arrow run. He's going to go to the next round.
Indeed.
All right, next up will be Eric Tack and Bigfoot, who's supposed to go up against Misbehaving, but there's a little problem going on here. Actually, what we're going to do, what the officials have decided to do was run that race at the end of the round. So next up, it'll be Rampage, Richard Patterson, up against Rick Swatson in the Light X Obsession. As Light X Obsession and Rampage get ready to stage, Cody, what is your expectations going into this one?
Well, I'm not sure. It can just be anyone's game right here. Anything's possible with these two.
Yep, Ford versus Dodge, and Rampage has been in the winner's circle before. He won the side-by-side drag competition in night number 1, so we could have a very...
Well, my money's on Rampage right now.
All right, here we go. Patterson hooks up, and he takes the win.
Looks like it gets to advance to the next round.
Yep, that he does. Rampage. On a rampage right now, no pun intended. All right. The misbehaving truck actually has been repaired. So she is going to face off Bigfoot. However, the truck is still wounded. Do not look for a hard run out of Julie Christensen in the misbehaving truck.
Right.
Here's a look at her truck right now. She'll be going up against Bigfoot, but this should be an easy win for the Bigfoot truck. Do not look for a hard run out of misbehaving. All right, light goes green.
Truck tapping on lead.
Foot takes off.
Strong lead.
Nice and low, and it was the foot. Bigfoot advances as we sort of expected.
Yeah.
And Dragon Slayer 2 badly damaged to continue, so expect Mark Hall in the Executioner to get a bye run. Hall gonna take it nice and easy right here. And Hall advances as he makes his bye run. We are going to go into the quarterfinal. We're going to go into the quarterfinal round now of side-by-side drag competition. Here's what the bracket looks like. It'll be Mike Dropic and Barefoot taking on Sky Hartley and Snakebite. Then it'll be Kayla Strong in USA 1 taking on Pablo Huffbaker and the Gravedigger. Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher up against Eric Tack and Bigfoot. And Richard Patterson and Rampage up against Mark Hall and the Executioner.
Ooh, these are great matchups right here. These are going to be intense. I can tell.
Yep, that they are. All right, here we go. Your first round, your first race of this round. Barefoot, driven by Mike Dropic. Dropic kind of got knocked off in the semifinals in the obstacle course portion, but he absolutely loves this track. He can really lay on the motor and take that Keith Black Hemi engine way up on the RPM. His opponent will be the Bigfoot team's Snakebite truck with Sky Hartley at the wheel. And these two trucks certainly are not going to back off from anybody. Here we go. They're staged. They're ready to go. Here we go in this quarterfinal round right here.
The trucks have been unleashed.
Tropic hooks up.
Wrong start on them. Wow.
Oh, 0.6 of a second for Mike Dropic.
Wow, that was really tight.
Not as tighter than I thought it would be, but wow. Another 50 feet and Hartley probably would have got him.
Yep, and the bear has mauled that snake.
Yep. Clawed it to pieces, may I add.
Definitely.
Barefoot moves on into the semifinals. Mike Dropic absolutely loves Cottage Grove Speedway. Next up, Kayla Strong in the USA 1 Chevrolet. Her opponent will be Pablo Huffbaker in Gravedigger.
Now that's a matchup I always wanted to see.
These two names have actually faced off each other before, several times in the TNT series, may I add.
I'll have to watch those at some point.
So a battle of two TNT era trucks here. Kayla Strong in USA 1 taking on Pablo Huffbaker in the Gravedigger. Trucks are staged and ready to go.
All right, they have been unleashed.
That they have. Good run from both of them, but Pablo Huffbaker going to take the win here.
That was a great run from both of them.
Yep. Huffbaker thinks he might have this field covered in this competition. We'll have to wait and see. All right, Carolina Crusher up against Bigfoot in the next race. Here's a look at Porter. Here's a look at Eric Tack. Good Ford versus Chevy matchup right here, Cody.
Oh yes, it ought to be a really good one, and hopefully one to remember.
That it most certainly will be. These two names have faced each other off many times before. Especially with these two specific drivers.
Wow.
Anyways, here we go.
All right.
Oh man, Eric Tack just did not flinch.
And yet he was able to win it. Bigfoot advances to the next round.
By a half of a second.
Whew. That was tighter than the previous one.
Yep, Bigfoot accepting the challenge from Carolina Crusher. All right, next up we got the Battle of the Dodges.
Ooh.
Mark Hall out of Champaign, Illinois, and Executioner. Going up against Richard Patterson out of Madisonville, Kentucky, and Rampage.
Another really good matchup. I wonder what it'd be like when those two race against each other.
Oh, yes.
Who knows what kind of tricks they have up their sleeves?
Oh, yes. I believe.
The right setup will give you the right chances to win.
Yep. Who's got the horsepower and the right gear setup? That's going to be the question.
Yep.
And this really big Cottage Grove Speedway track, and here we go.
All right.
Rampage hooks up, and he's going to do in the Executioner. Wasn't by much, though. 0.43 seconds. Rampage moves on into the next round.
That was a great race right there.
Yeah, that it was. All right, here we go for the semifinals.
Ooh.
Mike Dropic in Barefoot up against Pablo Huffaker in the Gravedigger, and Eric Tack in Bigfoot up against Richard Patterson in Rampage.
These are going to be really intense matchups between them. It's going to be something to watch.
Yeah, that it is.
Already on the edge.
Rampage, Rampage been a contender in this side-by-side drag competition here tonight. He could in theory win it here, but we'll have to wait and see.
Indeed.
We will run the Bigfoot versus Rampage race first. Eric Tack and Bigfoot. Rampage, Richard Patterson. These two actually faced each other off in the side-by-side drag final 2 nights ago here at Cottage Grove. Now they're here in the semifinals. You think Eric Tack has that humiliating defeat from a couple of nights ago on his mind?
Well, I believe he does.
Oh man, you can bet that Eric Tack is going to try to blow Richard Patterson's doors off right here. Trucks are staged. Here we go.
And he could blow everyone else's doors if he wins this one.
Yep.
Money's on Bigfoot.
Eric Tack hooks up. Flying over the cars, 0.42 seconds. Wow.
Half a second.
Bigfoot 6.58. Rampage 7 seconds flat.
That was crazy.
The better start from the better reaction time from Bigfoot made all the difference there.
Yeah.
Wow. So Bigfoot moves on to the final. All right, now we got Mike Dropic in Barefoot. Going up against Pablo Huffaker in the Gravedigger. This is the furthest that Gravedigger has made it in any competition all weekend here at Cottage Grove.
But can he do it? That's the question.
We're going to have to wait and see. Barefoot's a tough opponent. And Mike Dropic is not going to back down to Huffaker.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Gravedigger and Barefoot in the semifinals here.
Okay.
Oh, good reaction time by Mike Dropic and Barefoot. He's going to take the win right here. Woo! And it wasn't even close.
That was quite the race.
It wasn't even close. Nearly a second margin. Reaction time made the difference there. Oh, man. Hey! Dropic thinks he has this field covered. But he's got a tough opponent, though, coming into this Monster Smash final. And here's what the bracket looks like up to this point. It's Bigfoot and Barefoot in the final. What's more here in the side-by-side drag competition at Cottage Grove Speedway in Cottage Grove, Oregon.
Yep, here we go again between those two.
Oh my goodness. All right, here's your finalists, Mike Dropic and Barefoot. Bigfoot, Eric Tack. All right, here we go. Ford versus Dodge. This is going to be a good race, I think.
Yeah.
Lights green. They're unleashed. Leash. Dropic hooks up.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And Barefoot does it again in the side-by-side drag competition at Cottage Grove Speedway in Cottage Grove, Oregon. Mike Dropic, your winner in side-by-side drags tonight here at Cottage Grove for 2 nights in a row.
That is really something. Congrats to him.
Oh, man. Sky Hartley won the obstacle course competition tonight, and Mike Dropic goes 2 out of 3 in the side-by-side drags competition. This is going to be a highlight for the Barefoot team, at least for this season. Oh, man. Your champion, Mike Dropic and Barefoot. Oh, man. Absolutely smashing the competition here at Cottage Grove, Oregon.
Yeah.
And that concludes tonight's activities, ladies and gentlemen. And what a night it has been for Monster Truck Nation. What a weekend that it has been for Monster Truck Nation. That concludes our show. Congratulations to all our winners in all 3 events this week. Kirk Frankish, who won day 1 of the obstacle course portion. Then Richard Patterson and Rampage, who won the side-by-side drags portion in night number 1. Mike Dropic, who won the side-by-side drags competition last night and again tonight, and was also the obstacle course winner in night number 2. Sky Hartley and Snakebite, who took it away in the obstacle course portion earlier tonight in night number 3. That's our show. That's our show for tonight. Congratulations to all our winners here. For Legend of Wii 92 right here, I'm Tom Todd 774. Thank you all for joining us for an awesome 3-day spectacular of Monster Truck Nation. Hope you all have a good evening.
Bye, everyone.